Income Tax Refund 2021, Topic 308, Amended Returns. If you discover an error after filing your return, you may need to amend your return. The IRS may correct mathematical clerical errors on a return and may accept returns without certain required forms or schedules. In these instances, there's no need to amend your return. However, do file an amendment return if there is a change in your filing status, income, deductions, credits, or tax liability. Use Form 1040X, Amended U.S. Individual Income Tax Return, to correct a previously filed Form 1040, 1040SR, 1040A, 1040EZ, 1040NR, or 1040NREZ, or to change amounts previously adjusted by the IRS. You can also use Form 1040X to make a claim for a carryback due to a loss or unused credit. However, you may also be able to use Form 1045, Application for Tentative Refund, instead of Form 1040X. Also, if the Form 8938 Statement of Specified Foreign Financial Assets applies to you, file it with an annual return or an amendment return. Also, balance due. If you owe additional tax and the due date for filing that tax return hasn't passed, you can avoid penalties and interest if you file Form 1040X and pay the tax by the filing due date for that year, without regard to any extension of time to file. If the filing due date falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, your amendment return is timely if filed or paid the next business day. If you file after the due date, don't include any interest or penalties on Form 1040X. They will be adjusted accordingly. When to file. Generally, to claim a refund, you must file Form 1040X within 3 years after the date you file your original return, or within 2 years after the date you paid the tax, whichever is later. Returns filed before the due date without regard to extensions are considered filed on the due date, and withholding is deemed to be paid on the due date. Special rules apply for refunds, claims relating to net operating losses, foreign tax credits, bad debts, and other issues. For more information, refer to the instructions for Form 1040X. Where to file. You can submit Form 1040X Amended U.S. Individual Income Tax Return electronically using available tax software products. Only tax year 2019 Forms 1040 and 1040SR returns can be amended electronically. Please see IR 2020-107 and IR 2020-182 for additional information. You still have the option to submit a paper version of the Form 1040X and should follow the instructions for preparing and submitting the paper form. Check where to file in the instructions for Form 1040X for the address to mail your amendment return. Form 1040X preparation, File a separate Form 1040X for each tax year you are amending. For paper Form 1040X, mail each form to the IRS in a separate envelope. Be sure to enter the year of the return you are amending at the top of Form 1040X. The form has 3 columns. Column A shows original figures, column C shows the corrected figures, and column B is the difference between columns A and C. When filing by paper, attach copies of any forms or schedules affected by the change, including any forms W-2 received after the original filing. You should also attach forms W-2G and 1099 that support changes made on the return if there was income tax withheld. See the instructions for Form 1040X for complete instructions. When filing electronically, both the electronic Form 1040 and 1040 SR amended returns will require submission of all necessary forms and schedules as if it were the original Form 1040 or 1040 SR submissions, even though some forms may have adjustments. Amended return status. You can check the status of your paper or electronically file amended return using the Where is My Amended Return online tool, or call toll-free 866-464-2050 3 weeks after you file your amended return. Both tools are available in English, Spanish, and track the status of amended returns for the current year and up to 3 years prior. You must enter your taxpayer identification number, usually your social security number, date of birth, and zip code in the tool to prove your identity. Once you authenticate, the web tool shows an illustrated graphic to visually communicate the status of your amended return within the processing stages: received, adjusted, or completed. As a reminder, amendment returns take up to 16 weeks to process and up to 3 weeks before the date of mailing to show up in our system. Before that time, there is no need to call the IRS unless the tool specifically tells you to do so.